Chapter 5. Billy Jake Carver revises his crew. Billy Jake Carver had thought that he had epoxied a crew. His pregnant girlfriend, Jamie Carpentier, would drive. Billy Jake Carver would play the A role. Ziggy would play the B role, and Derek Carpentier would complete the crew in the C position. But then Ziggy bailed out at the last minute. He called up Derek and said, "I'm out. I woke up and it dawned on me that we weren't playing a game anymore." Derek tried to talk sense to his second best friend, but to no avail. Reflexively, he asked his girlfriend, Jenny Brock, if she would join the team. She jumped at the opportunity. At first, Billy Jake Carver balked at the personnel changes, but then he realized that he had no other options. Yes, it would be taking a risk with two players who had never before fired weapons, but Jenny's assets would compensate for her inexperience. She drove a minivan that her father had given her. This was crucial with Ziggy out of the picture. No other team members had access to a vehicle. And Billy Jake Carver also admired her innocent blonde hair that she wore in a long ponytail, her Tarsier brown eyes, and the curves that she somehow packed onto a small frame. She would be a keeper on a lot of teams. Jenny's minivan also featured a game screen console that allowed Derek and Jenny to learn basic pistol and rifle skills with the aid of Home Invader's tutorial. The tinted glass allowed the back seat passengers to load and point and fire water-wish pistols and rifles without being observed. With the aid of Provigil and a verbal GPS guide, Billy Jake Carver drove the party all the way to Memphis. As Derek and Jenny completed their marksmanship tutorials and played Home Invaders using Pierce residence coordinates, Jamie rode shotgun and chomped on Cheetos and Oreos and drank directly from a 3-liter bottle of Mountain Dew. Jamie annoyed Billy Jake Carver by telling him every few minutes that she just knew that their daughter would arrive early. She would then raise the possibility of naming her Missy if she was born in Mississippi, or Louise if she was born in Louisiana, or Tenny if she was born in Tennessee. She stated repeatedly that she didn't know what to name her daughter if she was born in Arkansas. She hated the name Marky for a boy and hated it even more for a girl's name. And Arkansas was not spelled the way it was pronounced. So if they named her Kansas, people would see that it was spelled Kansas and pronounce it the way it looked. Billy Jake Carver turned up the radio. He was not going to have his first professional job ruined by a chatty broad so lacking in mental toughness that she might not even carry a kid for the whole 9 months. She was talking herself into an early birth. Billy Jake Carver had a bright future ahead of him, and he wasn't going to let Miss Big Mouth ruin it by stealing the spotlight with an early drop, all because she wanted to be the center of attention. They rode for 14 hours, stopping only for toilet and fuel breaks. Billy Jake Carver used most of his remaining funds to procure 2 rooms at a Marriott just outside of Memphis. He planned to sleep in one queen-size bed while his water-retaining fiancée slept in the other. Tomorrow would be the biggest day of his life, and he was determined to face it with a good night's sleep.